Aaron Weaver at Weaver Stonehouse Farms, and we've got Jim. With Gas Tank Renew. So we're out here, and I had my gas tank redone on my Farmall 504, and it was a phenomenal job that Jim has done with it. It was really, really rusty, right?
It was really rusty.
It was really rusty. It was bad. I'll put some pictures in here. So his process works great. I'm happy. I'm pleased with the results with the tank that I have back here. So you can see that it's a two-part process, right, Jim? And you heat it up?
There's, in here, it's all electric element oven.
Yep.
It's got the 360 degrees for 6 minutes. That's a curing cycle. That's the outside finish when it's done. It's hard. It's a rubberized plastic.
It's a rubberized plastic, okay.
So once fuel's in it, it's good with diesel, gas, methanol fuels. It's guaranteed it can't crack or peel or come off. That's why we give the lifetime warranty.
Nice. I'm pleased. I'm really pleased with it. So there's the coatings. There's the coating areas. So to use those coating areas, and then your big sandblaster. So you can fit pretty good size.
Pretty good size in there.
Nice.
Getting it up and in.
Yeah, there's your arms on the side to work. That's a big sandblaster. Nice.
This is the older one.
Okay.
We use Black Beauty.
Black Beauty.
It gets all the rust and all the dirt off in here. Then we switch to the Clean Blaster.
Yeah.
This is all switched to aluminum oxide, which is more or less ground up grinding wheels. You get that nice white blast. This way there's no rust, it's dusty.
Nice.
If it fits, I can blast it.
Sweet. Yeah, worth the time, money, and effort here. So if you have a gas tank that needs fixed and renewed, stop down and see Jim.
Be more than happy to help you out.
He's down here in Greensburg. What's the address?
2011 Western Avenue, Greensburg, PA 15601.
There it is.
But
So
we've done oil pans, differential covers, motorcycles,
nice.
step tanks. Pretty much as long as it can hold fuel and it fits, I can do something with it.
Tanks
Yeah,
everywhere.
Ford tractor.
Yeah, you got tanks everywhere.
I have tanks everywhere.
Well, Jim, I want to tell you, thanks so much.
Very good.
Okay, so we have our gas gauge from Steiner. Bought it from them. Their quality is usually just a little bit better than all the average garbage you can get. I got the one, obviously, with a brass float. I'm going to go ahead and insert. And we got this gas tank redone by Moyers Garage. It's Renu is the gas tank stuff that Jim uses. So, but as I insert this, I want the float to go. You can go on the left side, you can go on the right side, it's the same. There's nothing in there in the bottom other than there's a baffle. There's a baffle right across here. Picked up 10/32 or 10/24 screws, 3/4 inch, stainless, and I'll put those down in here. I'm gonna say the gasket quality has gone off here. The gasket underneath does not line up the best with the holes. Steiner, you need to address that. If y'all ever have dealt with rusty gas tanks, plug lines, plug carburetors, I highly recommend a company called Renu. R-E-N-U. They have dealers across the country, not too many, but I ran across a great guy by the name of Jim, and it's, if I remember right, it's at Moyers Garage in Greensburg, PA. And Jim's been doing this stuff since back in the 90s. Like, he told me his whole life story. Basically, they moved there. He grew up as a kid behind this garage, and started working for the family, and has worked there ever since he got, you know, in middle school, high school, and now he runs the gas tank renewal business. I mean, that's his thing. Now, it's one of those, you take a look at it, his website to today's standards is not there, which kind of made me curious as to, well, is it legit? Is it not legit? You know, what's the deal? But when you see it at a website that old, it's like, there's a little bit of me that's like, he must have been doing it for a while. Like, if he doesn't have to change his website and he still has business, that's kind of good. So, yeah, I was overly thrilled and happy with it. He did an amazing job for me, absolutely amazing, worth absolutely every single penny spent. But let me show you a little bit. So we have Farmall 504. Now, that gas tank renew took us into, well, a lot of paint and rework and rewiring, and because it was like, well, since we have everything ripped apart, because to get to that gas tank, you have to take off the exhaust, you have to take off the front nose piece, all the trim, you have to take off that, the steering wheel pieces all have to come off. It was all ripped apart, all of it. So it was like, yeah. And we had problems with the starter too, so my guys up at Black's Specialty Services for alternators, starters, and they do wiring too. They fix dashes. When I bought the tractor, somebody had put it looked to me like a rebuilt carburetor on here. I mean, everything looks pretty clean, and my guess they put the rebuilt carburetor in here because all the junk that was in the tank, which fuel is absolutely clean. Jim even painted it for me. He had some red paint. You know, it's not a show quality, but it's not a show quality tractor, so I'm okay with it. Absolutely pristine clean now. You can see that, which is amazing. There's brand new steering wheel. Redid all the power steering leaks, and then all the power steering seals up underneath here. They were junk. Rebuilt all those. I actually had to put a, it was a B, I think B, out of a 12 gauge shotgun shell, steel shot, because it was missing the right size bearings in that whole assembly underneath. So put those in also. All new gauges. I switched to a start stop switch on this for pull on off, choke, and then this is your starter button, and then a USB. This is kind of unique. Pull that switch on, and poof, there's my voltage, and it shows it to you. So I didn't need to add a voltage gauge, which was a beautiful thing. So far, that seal's been holding up better than what I thought. Little trick on these, on your amp light, you must use a standard incandescent bulb if you want your alternator, 3-wire alternator, to work correctly. Cannot use an LED light. I fought that for weeks because the LED doesn't have enough amp draw across that little feeler gauge wire on your alternator circuit. A lot of work on this. But yeah, I would definitely recommend the gas tank renew by Jim in Greensburg. Worth every last penny. So much less heartache. My tractor runs now. So if you want your tractor to run, get a hold of Jim down at Moyers Garage, Greensburg, PA. In the description, I'll put his phone number and his address in there. But yeah, definitely worth sending a tank to him to get it fixed. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks, and we'll see you next time on the farm.